Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Tech Tuesday. Today, we are going to be talking about Canvas, and we have our two Canvas experts on today's session. We've got Rob Dietz and Christina Corey, who are both part of our educational technologies team. Before we begin, I just wanted to let everyone know, if you have any questions at any point during the session, feel free to drop a question in the chat. We'll be monitoring it throughout the session, and we'll be stopping periodically so that we can answer them for you guys, for those who are unable to go through the chat and watch the session. Also, I'm recording the session today. So later on, you'll be getting an email from me with a link to the video so that you can watch it if you want to refer back to anything or share it with any colleagues, along with any helpful links that will help you navigate through the Canvas topics that we discussed today. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Rob and Christina. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vanessa. And we're just going to jump right in here. So what we want to do today is kind of cover some of the new features and new settings we've made in Canvas, and also just, invite questions along the way for, really anything. These can be, related to what we were discussing, or just general topics. I'd like to just have a discussion of, the various ways people could be using Canvas around Weill, Cornell, and NYP. So some of the things we're going to touch on: course setup tutorials, badges, videos, and you can see the list here. And most of the changes we've made recently are in the ways that you can get training and you can get information about using Canvas. So let's get started. So right now, if you would like to have tutorials enabled for your own account in Canvas, you can do that. Once you log into your account and you look in the settings, you'll see there's a course setup tutorial option here. And if you check that, then you'll have this feature enabled for your account. And what that helps you do is once you're in a course in Canvas, so right now I'm in this course, Introduction to Telemedicine, and I'm in the module section. I've got this flyout menu here. So if I need information about, what do I do with a module, how do I set that up, I can see, a little bit of information pop up there. And, from here I can view guides. I can learn, how to answer some specific questions about modules. Another thing I can do here is I can actually go somewhere else. So now I'm looking at discussions. And this is, a different set of guides related to a different feature in Canvas. And another thing I can do is close the tray and bring it back when I need it. And if I decide I don't even need this feature anymore, I can just hit, the don't show again, and I'll get, that'll basically just go away at that point. And then if I want to re-enable that on my account, I'd have to go back to my settings and add that back. So this is a really cool way you can just get just the information you need on just the feature you're interested in, and you don't have to just go fish and search through all the guides yourself. Before I go into badges and digital credentials, I just want to step back and kind of think about, what is an LMS? What can it be used for? Why would I need this to do, training in my department? And, basically just think of an LMS as it's a website that holds media, and it can hold instructional media, but it has some additional features that are relevant to training, relevant to education and learning. So things like, having assessments built in to the platform, and grading, And even if you want to get really fancy, you could have outcomes and rubrics that you have assessments tied to. And also an LMS, it can be your record of learning. So you have, people in your department who are taking training, and you want to have, some record that they've completed the training, and like an LMS like Canvas can be that record. So now with badges and digital credentials, this kind of opens up another area where, if you do training with LinkedIn Learning, or you take online courses, you're getting a certificate, or you're getting a badge, you're getting some record of completion that you can then take with you and, prove to people that you've achieved this training. So Canvas is starting to roll this into the tool a little more tightly by acquiring the parent company of Badger, which makes digital credentialing software, and rolling that into the Canvas, in the Instructure suite of tools. This is this is a request that some departments have made from us over the years, and we haven't really been able to tell them, yes, you can get certificates, you can get badges using our Canvas, and this is how you do it. But I think now we have a little clearer path to doing that with this new integration. One way that this has been used already at Weill Cornell, there's a course we call the IDA course, and so we basically set up our Badger account. We've added this department to it, and then they've been able to go in and create their own badges that they want to award in their courses. And so, the steps to do this, basically you publish a course and you create modules in that course, and then have something in those modules that proves that somebody has completed the module. And then you can assign badges to those modules and award those badges. And these are things that if I go through the course as a student and complete a module and receive a badge, that is my badge. I have it, in my badge backpack, and I can take that with me wherever I go. And it's some sort of, digital credential that lives with me. So this is just a look at what that kind of looks like in Canvas. I'm going to take a little pause here before I talk about videos. Does anybody have any questions about what could be done with badges and credentials in Canvas, or anything else from the start here? And if not, I'll move on to the next topic, which is videos. Oh, I see a hand raised.
Yeah, there's just a hand. Let me unmute Helene 1 second. Helene, you should be able to unmute so you can ask your question. Let me know in the chat if you're having any issues.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Rob, I missed the first 3 minutes of the session, but did you cover how to create a course in Canvas already?
No, and this specific talk is going to be more about, some of the newer features and where you can find, some of your own help topics, such as, creating your course in Canvas. So that's kind of a bigger topic that would, take more than the time we have here. But by the end of the session, you will see where, you can find those guides, the teacher guides that you would need to start your own course, and how to, contact ETG to, get you started with your course.
And Helene, we'll be sending those. I know you're a little late. We'll be sending that follow-up detail to your email that you used to register after the session sometime today. So you can go over that, and then if you have any questions, you can reach out to the team.
Okay, any other questions yet? All right, let's look at video. So at Weill Cornell, we have the Panopto video platform integrated with Canvas. So the best place to put videos in a course are in the Panopto platform, and it's a nice integration that allows makes the permissions kind of automatic. So you as the creator of the video don't have to worry about permissions and who can watch this, who can't watch it. It's all defined by your Canvas course permissions. So the teacher and the course admins have the right, the creator access in the video platform, and the students have the viewing access for any videos in their courses. The example I'm showing here, this is from the grad school one course that has some videos in it. And what I want to do here is show kind of maybe a best practice in how to add videos to a course in a way so that when the course rolls over to the next term or the next semester or the next group of students, you as the course admin don't have to really do anything about that. We just copy the content and then it's ready to go for the next batch of students. And to do that, we're going to show how to place a video within a module in a Canvas course. So first, in order to make this integration between Canvas and the Panopto video platform, we have, I'm in settings on my course, and then I'm in navigation, and I see I've got the videos tool here, which currently is in the unused portion. So, these tools at the bottom are not currently used in this course. These tools at the top are used. So I'm just going to basically bring that up into the tools that I want to use. And then I can save my changes to the navigation. And now I see this videos tool in the tools menu on the left. Just, for new users, the tools that are blinded out here with the little eye crossed out icon, these are tools that you can see when you're building the course, but the students are not seeing those because you've hidden them. I went ahead and pre-populated this with 3 videos from this course just for this demo. But once you get here for the first time, you would have to then create the videos either by uploading them or recording some new videos into your course. And now I want to attach one of these videos to a module in the course. So I'm, this is the first module here on top. The second module, week 2, this is where I'm going to attach one of these videos. So I'm adding an item to the module, and I'm selecting, the type of item I want to add, in this case, an external tool. And I select, which external tool I want the videos. And then that shows me a menu of the available videos from this course. And I select the third one there, and I will insert that. And now basically this URL has been populated with a link to that video. The title of the video is added here to the page name. And then I see at the bottom of this module now, here's that video item that I just added to the module. And selecting that will just bring up, here's a full screen page with the video player in it, and I've got the navigation for, different items in my module here at the bottom. Questions about video in Panopto?
I did get a question about if you wanted to use Panopto to put a video in Canvas, is there a charge to use Panopto?
Generally with Canvas courses, not necessarily, but we work with our event services office team to see, whether there's a charge not needed or not. Sometimes people request Panopto access, and their department actually already is paying for that service. So then there's no additional fee.
Thanks, Rob. I didn't see any other questions regarding video.
All right, let's hand it over to Christina here then, for the next few items.
Hi everyone, so I'm Christina and I'm going to be touching up on a few tools within Canvas. So we can go over to the next slide. So this first tool that I'm going to focus on is called the Link Validator tool. And in this screenshot over on the left-hand side, I'm highlighting where the settings icon is on your navigation bar. So generally, once you're in your course and you're looking at it, if you kind of are on the left-hand side looking at that navigation bar, the settings is usually always towards the bottom. So once you're into settings, you'll be able to see your course, and then over on the right-hand side of it, down at the bottom, there's an option to validate links and content. You go to the next slide. So after you've started this link validation, I guess I should give you a little bit more context on that. Using link validation helps you verify the links that are throughout your course content and just to ensure that they're valid. So at times you're going to have a link to an external website that is within your Canvas course, either taking you to a resource or to a different page within Canvas, or could be many different things. In this instance that you're seeing here on the screen, I had ran the validation tool, and it will tell you if there's a broken link, if something is unpublished, if the image is not available, if something was unreachable. So it will kind of give you the details on what is broken within the link, where it would be, and how to fix it. So if you click into one of these links, it will you'll able to replace it very easily. Okay, we can go to the next slide. And this is what the course link validator looks like. And if you have no broken links, you'll get this pretty green box saying no broken links have been found. So yay, no broken links. All right, on to the next slide. All right, so now we're going to jump into accessibility. And before I jump into using this exact tool, I just want to do a quick overview on accessibility and why it's so important. So in this tool, it's going to be highlighting where we can make some accessibility changes in that specific context that you're looking at in Canvas. But we should not just think of accessibility as, oh, well, I just want to make sure that I have all the notifications that Canvas is telling me to fix from 4, which is what we're seeing on this screen, to the number 0. It's really important to have this so that someone who is visually impaired or may have any kind of accessibility issue to understand the content and not just, check all the boxes. So we'll start with the first bullet point. Canvas has this built-in accessibility checker to make sure your content is accessible, and it's down here in the rich content editor box. In the next bullet point, as issues are detected, the accessibility checker menu will explain the nature of the issue that is being encountered and offer guidance on how to correct the issue. So and a very common type of accessibility issue can be not adding a heading to an image or to a table. So in this instance, I have a table full of fake patient data, and someone who may have an accessibility or disability issue needs to know, what is this table telling them? So they see that it's a bunch of data. So if we go to the next part aside, it tells you, okay, the tables should have a caption describing the contents that are in the table. Now, this is after I had clicked the accessibility checker, it actually brings it up and you're able to add the caption right in there. So it's taking you step by step. And on top of that, you're resolving the issue, knowing what's going on. So if we go to the next one, you can apply the issue. And as you can see, it added a little heading on top of the patient data. We'll go to the next slide. So you can do those updates, and then you would hit next, and then you'll be able to, kind of go through all of those different accessibility issues and apply them right away in that rich context editor. And then at the end, you'll get a nice set of balloons saying there are no accessibility issues that were detected. Next slide. All right, there's a lot I can say on this. So if anyone has specific questions, I would love to answer them later. But I'm gonna try to highlight just some things that we've worked on. So Canvas has released something called new quizzes. For those who are wondering, classic quizzes are still available. So if you're very comfortable with classic quizzes and want to keep using them, you'll still should be able to use them within the next year. So new quizzes are going to have some new advanced features like different question types, different categories, different ordering, and we'll just have some easier building on our end and some good features for the students to keep them on track when they are in their quizzes. So we can go over to the next slide. All right, so the first bullet point, what I'm showing you here on the left is a functionality of the new quiz. We'll do the first bullet point, which is the word count is available now while answering an essay question. So essay questions are really common types of questions that I see professors put into the exams. At the bottom here, you can see at the bottom in the left-hand window of this infographic, you can see that it gives you the actual word count as you're working in your essay question. Then we can go to the next bullet point. You can actually the professor can set a word count maximum and a word count minimum. That way, if there's a certain body of text that the professor really wants the student to reach, it helps keep them on track and make sure that they're kind of achieving their goal and not going a little bit overboard. And then the last bullet point is there's also a spell checker feature. So the next bullet point that is available for the students so that, everything is spelled correctly. On the professor's ends and on anyone who is building exams, just some also features I found that were really cool. I'm not going to go into them super deeply, but you can add additional time for students within exams using the new quiz functionality, much easier than you were in the classic quiz. And it's also very easy to duplicate question types and things like that. So looks like we lost our presentation slides. I will just bring those up quickly. And also anything that I've been talking about throughout my presentation, we will also have links to it so that we can share those out. Let's go ahead. I'm sharing my whole desktop. And let's get back to the slides that I was at. Everyone can still hear me, right?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes.
And we can see what you're sharing.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, we just got a question actually.
Sure.
Can we do scoring of questions in Canvas like in Qualtrics?
So within this new quiz functionality, one thing I didn't want to highlight too much, but unfortunately I have to since the question came up, the surveying function of new quizzes is actually still being built out. So if you are interested in specifically using the survey feature of Canvas classic quizzes, it's not available within new quizzes. It's only available, like I said, in the classic ones. But something to look forward to, there is a new functionality, a partnership between Qualtrics and Canvas, where they're building something that will integrate within Canvas, and you can actually, have a student or a user use your Qualtrics exam using it, still not having to leave Canvas, and you get to use those features of staying all in one window. So we can, as those features are released, I'm really excited to highlight those and show how those will be able to be used. But for now, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave the surveys into the classic quizzes. But, all right, so the last part of my whole presentation, I'm going to talk about the custom navigation. So, Rob had a lot of screenshots of where this navigation bar was over on the left-hand side. And, you see all these different options. And as a user or a student or anyone in your Canvas course, you're like home, announcements, assignments, discussions, grades. You're like, that's a lot of information. My students or my users, may not need to see all of this in their Canvas site. So there's actually a new tool. I'm not going to actually go through the steps of showing you how to use that. In this option, I have instructions that are going to be written and sent out in the slides. But what you can do is actually pick and choose what you want to appear in your Canvas navigation bar. So in this reference, I had a department who wanted to narrow it down to showing the actual pages and content that were relevant to their site. So program leaderships, their syllabus, their modules, their videos and resources. And they were able to rename and actually have their own custom navigation. So their directory of their scholars that are going to be available in this Canvas site, a discussion, alumni directory, and some pages that would be available. So, if that's something that you're interested in, is customizing, making it a little bit shorter and just more relevant to your site, we can add that in for you. So any questions about any of the tools that I talked about? Or as I said, if you want to send a question in the chat, I will take a look there now.
I did get another one. Do you think Qualtrics surveys could be automatically transitioned to Canvas? I know you were talking about some stuff is still in the works, but I don't know if you can do anything with the old quizzes or what functionality might be available.
At this point, I know that, if you're using the traditional quizzes tool, there is still a survey option, but there's not a current survey option in the new quizzes, and they haven't said that they're going to include a survey option in the future.
Yeah. So with the Qualtrics piece of that, like right now, if you want to use Qualtrics and Canvas together, it would still link out to the Qualtrics survey, if that also answers part of your question.
And Christina, maybe you better just keep your deck up, and I'll just go through the last couple items here.
Sure. And can you see that? Can you see that slide?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, and before we move into here, I also just wanted to kind of step back, since we've got a nice, large and diverse population of participants here. So different ways that Canvas could be used at Weill, Cornell, and NYP. It's used in the medical school curriculum. It's used in the grad school curriculum. It's used in other departments like the PA department. Clerkships use lots of Canvas courses. Some of our biggest, busiest customers. And, lately, just people that are doing training in their own departments. It could be for NYP residents, are also making really good use of Canvas for their training courses. So, feel free after we finish and show you, how to contact us and how to get started, feel free to speak with us directly about your training needs and whether Canvas might be a good option for you. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the help menu. We've recently made some changes to our help menu. So when you log into Canvas, you see your dashboard, and then down there at the bottom left, that's your help menu. When you click that, you get basically a list here of, you can go right to the guides there on the top, and then get specific support for you. If you're at Weill Cornell, you would see the top link. If you're at Cutter, the next link, and then down at the bottom, you can even call somebody at Instructure. We do have a full-time service from Instructure, and there's a training services portal at the bottom that has additional training options. So let's move on. If you hit the so yeah, go ahead and next slide there. If you view the Canvas instructor guides, this gives you a great spot to just find all the documentation you need. And that question that came in earlier about how do I start a Canvas course, this is a great spot to start with. That is go into the instructor guide and see what items are there. Go ahead and hit the next one. So, and then at the bottom, we've got the training services portal. So this is kind of new. This, wasn't available even a year ago. And this gives you a little more intense, training opportunities. So if you want to attend a 1-hour webinar, or you want to do, a course similar to what you might do in something like LinkedIn Learning, where it might be a, multi-video course, there's some available here. And this is, an example of what, some of those are. And if we move on to the next one, these are just, for example, when you whittle this list down to just higher ed courses and just for instructors, there's they're offering, 6 courses here that you could sign up for now and either take it immediately if it's online, or attend the webinar when it is actually offered. And then, if you have questions and you want to have something done to your existing Canvas course, or you want to establish a new Canvas site, or you need to, learn how to put videos into your course, you can just make an EdTech request from my help desk. And, what that looks like, if you go to the next slide, you'll just see you want to select the Canvas request. So with that, yeah, any other questions about anything with Canvas?
Yeah, I got a couple actually. I got a question from Christina Chin. Are you able to give a brief overview of the assignment tab function? We had confusion last semester on how to set up assignments for group projects, aka 1 submission per group, and have that 1 grade be applied to each student in that group.
Yeah, so that one's pretty involved. We'd love to work with you directly to make that happen. We've done some group assignments, for some of the courses in the past. And yeah, it's just a matter of getting those settings to do exactly what you want, and have the grading reflect, do you want everyone to have their own grade? Do you want to have a group grade? All those are kind of, some of the minute settings that you can make with an assignment. So, feel free to reach out to me or Christina directly with that question, and we'll look at your example in your course and double check it for you.
I'll give you my small piece of advice whenever working with assignments and groups and all of that. Once you have your assignment set up, it's just really important that all those settings are in place, because after a student does submit the assignment, it's very hard to change those settings once there is a submission there. So we could definitely go over that.
Another question we got is it's a two-parter. Is it free to create courses in Canvas, and is it free to have Weill Cornell employees taking and completing these courses?
Yeah, so far we're really expanding the use of Canvas for lots of users now. If you needed specific time from ETG to build things for you and with you, then there might be some cost involved. But for us to just establish a course for you, add you as the course admin, and give you some training and show you where to find some of your own training guides, there's no cost for that.
Jason, I'm not sure which URL you're referring to in your question, but just so you know, we will be sharing all of the URLs that Rob and Christina are mentioning today in a follow-up email. So we'll make sure that you get everything that we talked about today.
Yeah, you'll have access to the slides after we're finished here. And then, yeah, we can keep taking more questions. I just also wanted to let everyone know this was just announced this week. So, we're super excited that the Instructure convention registration is open. And so, that's happening in July. And, anyone's welcome to just register for that, since it's online and free. There will be, dozens of interesting sessions just focused on Canvas. So keep that in mind if you're available.
Awesome. I don't see other questions in my chat. I'm not sure, Christina or Rob, if you got any direct messages in your chat box.
No, I don't see any here.
Don't see any on my end. I think we are good.
All right. Well, we're just about at time. So I'll start wrapping up. If somebody's got a last minute question, feel free to drop it in now. But thank you so much, Rob and Christina, for telling us about Canvas today. Just for anybody who may have joined us late, I will be sending the recording later today, as well as the slides that Christina and Rob shared with everybody. So you have all the information that we discussed, and Rob and Christina will be copied on that email that I sent out to everybody. So if you do have any follow-up questions, you'll have their contact information and can hopefully get the help you need to start your Canvas courses. But we're getting a lot of thank yous in the chats for your guys's helpful tips today. So thank you guys again for taking the time to teach us about Canvas, and thank you to everybody who took the time to learn.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you
Bye,
to all my course admins that let me steal their content for my presentation today.
It was good content. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.